Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series Season 4, Round 10 at Lowe's. Starting on the pole today is Jacob Cook, and alongside him, last season's champion, Sean Galligan. Then third, Greg Jones. Fourth, John Dillon. Fifth, Seth Cole. Sixth, Chris Summers. Seventh, Carter Kozlowski. Eighth, Dion Petty. Ninth, Kyle Smith. And running out your top 10, Timmy Pacioli. And now here's just a lineup. I'm just going to do the numbers this time. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd, 34th, 35th, 36th, 37th, 38th, 39th, 40th, 41st, and 42nd. Last place will be CJ Sorensen in the 40. So we're getting ready for 40 laps of great racing. Sean Galligan, the outside pole sitter. Last season's champion, the Pepsi colors. Jacob Cook, the Pigs Cliffs winner. And the Irwin Tools Ford as they roll through turns 3 and 4. We are getting ready for the start of this race as the pace car is going to dive in off of the final corner. Jacob Cook, Galligan, Greg Jones, John Dillon, Chris Summers, your top 5. We go green at Lowe's. Jacob Cook got a pretty good start there, and he's already clear of Galligan. Galligan trying to jump inside Greg Jones there for second, and he will. Here we go, out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. The top 4 are single file, but Greg Jones jumps inside Galligan for second, I should say. And out of turn 4, and leading lap 1, is Jacob Cook. And whoa, Galligan is up the track. Got pretty close to the wall there on exit. And now we got him out for the lead here. Greg Jones has caught Jacob Cook, and he's going to go right around him. Carter Kozlowski is going to go around him as well. 2 by 2 by 2 pretty much throughout the entire pack. And actually we got 3 wide deep in the field, and Kurt Kozlowski almost ran over Joseph Bryant. Got a good 3 wide battle here. Chris Summers, Jacob Cook, and Christian James, but now they get it sorted out, at least a little bit sorted out there. And well, whoa, back here, they're trying to make it 3 wide. Michael Harvey got into Matthew McMurray a little bit. Looks like he's going to be alright. Henley to the inside of Carter Kozlowski for the lead. He's going to take it. Christian James, he's going to come in and try to take second, or take the lead, I should say. Henley leads the lap, but James is coming. Now James is going to go to the lead with good friend Andrew Waltrip pushing him. Five laps into this race, and we are still clean and green. But look out, they're going to be 4 wide, and Kozlowski gets turned. Henley gets into Kozlowski, and Carter Kozlowski gets hit by Summers. Oh, tough break for the 7. And oh, further up there's trouble. Jacob Lawler goes for a little spin into Joseph Bryant. I know Chris Summers got a piece of that. Yeah, there's Carter Kozlowski. He's going to take last in today's race. Unfortunate for him. Christian James went back. What happened to Carter? Alright, here's what happened. Henley and Galligan were the 2 Seans with Carter Kozlowski in the sandwich. But then, when Danny Wells goes inside, Galligan tried to give him room, got up the track a little bit into Carter Kozlowski. Carter had nowhere to go but into Henley, and then eventually into the wall. John Dawson sustained some slight damage. Dion Petty got some slight damage. Obviously, Henley got some. There's quite a few drivers that actually got involved in this. Chris Summers I believe eventually Jacob Lawler ended up going around. There's Jacob in the 01. Right there. Oh, Zach Buchanan just drove him off into the grass and spun him. Buchanan turned Lawler under caution, and then look at this. Justin Perry, Matthew McMurray, and eventually Joseph Bryant all get damage in this. So there's quite a few drivers with damage, but the only driver with major damage is Carter Kozlowski, and it's definitely going to cost him. So Christian Janes went back. Let's go back to the green. As we are actually going to take pit stops. Christian Janes in the 07 Jack Daniels car is going to lead him onto pit road. There he goes, and Andrew Welchip is really far back here. Janes getting a big advantage pulling onto pit road. There's a helicopter view. We're trying to get it back to... we can get them entering here. There's all the cars pulling down onto pit road. CJ is in. Dawson is in. Here comes Charles Jackson. He is in. Julie Stewart, one of the point leaders. There's Carter Kozlowski cycling back around. He's going to go to the garage. Jacob Cook is in now, as pretty much everybody has been in, and now a few drivers have been out. Christian Janes got a big advantage on the entrance of pit road. He's going to easily win it off, with Andrew Welchip second, Kyle Smith third. I believe Phil Jones ended up fifth out of pit road there. Jacob Cook getting back out onto the track, as you see all these drivers pulling off of pit road. Carter Kozlowski's pulling in. He is definitely done for the day. That was a wild ride for him. He spun it pretty much from the center 3 and 4 all the way to about mid-quad oval, and then he drove it back around. So all these guys coming off, but what has happened to Chris Summers? Just a slow pit stop trying to repair some of that damage that he got. So, yeah, now let's get back to the restart. Here we go. We're going to go back green flag racing. Restarting on point, Christian James and Andrew Welchip, Kyle Smith, Danny Wells, Phil Jones, Sean Galligan, Gino Harvey, Dion Petty, Austin Anderson, and Jacob Cook. Alright, Christian James getting ready to lead them back down to the green. We have had 8 laps of good racing so far. Actually 9 as we go back to the green flag. Christian James leads them back down 1/4 of the way through the longest race. Well, I don't think it's the longest race of the season, but this is the Coke 600. In this series, you'd probably have a longer race than this one, but anyways, making sure everybody else further back got a good restart, and they did. As Kyle Smith's now trying to get around Andrew Welchip. 1, 2, 3 for Minnesotans, and something has happened to Christian Janes. He's fallen off the pace, and he's on pit road. What happened to Christian Janes? The leader out of turn 4 slowed down, and I don't know if it's something mechanical, but he is on pit road, and he looks to be done for the day. No, was that a penalty? And oh, there was trouble on the track. Henley's involved, Kurt Kozlowski, Greg Jones, Timmy Pacioli. Oh my goodness, Dylan Young. Now under caution. Oh, Courtney Simpson gets turned under caution. Zach Buchanan gets turned under caution. John Dillon, Evan Earnhardt right into him. What are these guys doing? Wow, these guys, what is going on? Well, under caution, Courtney Simpson and Zach Buchanan have been wrecked, but what happened to Henley? Alright, here's what happened. Watch Andrew Schwartz and Garrett Jones. You see Christian James playing on pit road. This happened a ways before. And Garrett Jones leaned on Andrew Schwartz. Garrett gave him the room he needed. I think he must have got loose and drove him down or something. But they drove right back up into Dylan Young. And that's where it all broke loose. Actually, Garrett and Schwartz got away with it, but all these guys behind had nowhere to go. And you will see what happened to Henley. He completely came plowing into these guys and wrecked. There's Henley. Just barely clips. Oh, bam, right in the back of John Dawson. Kurt Kozlowski, what happened to him? Oh, we didn't know this. Alex Filter, the point leader, did get involved. He came flying into Kurt Kozlowski. Alex Filter, as we mentioned, is the point leader coming into this race. He got involved in that. And Kurt backs it into the outside wall. I think he might be okay. Now that is questionable right there with John Dawson piling in. Now what happened here to Courtney Simpson under caution? I know she got wrecked after the caution came out. Let's get a replay. Well, right here you see all the smoke. Courtney Simpson and her teammate John Worry come in, and Jack Richards just plows over Michael Harvey and spins it into Simpson. So nowhere for Simpson to go. And then we did notice that John Dillon had been turned, and then Evan Earnhardt got slammed along with Zach Buchanan. So let's see what happened to all these guys. What happened to them under caution? Alright, right here Zach Buchanan comes into the crash, has nowhere to go, and just gets hit by John Dillon. That's pretty much how simple it is. And then John Dillon gets turned into Mitch Speed, and then look out, the point leader Alex Filter gets involved, and then Evan Earnhardt plows into John Dillon, flips him over, and nowhere for anybody. These guys are nowhere for anybody to go. So drivers wrecked under caution. That's pretty sad for them. But Christian Janes got caught in the pits. I believe he will be on the lead lap though for this restart. That or on the tail end. So let's get back to the restart. All right, we're back. Restarting on point will not be Christian Janes or Stephen Dillon. Restarting on point is Phil Jones, then Jacob Cook, Austin Anderson, Ziggy Bain, Andrew Schwartz, Alex Dawson, Charles Jackson, John Worry, Michael Harvey, and Zach Buchanan. There is Christian Janes. He was caught on the tail end of the lead lap after some sort of issue. How many cars left in this race? 29 are on the lead lap, I should say. 33 are left in it when you count lapped cars, as Christian Janes is about to be the first car to cross the line, but he won't technically lead him back down. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. What's going to happen with these lapped cars in front? Janes has a fast car, but the question is Stephen Dillon consistent? Last week at Talladega, after cutting through the grass, he's on probation, so Stephen better not try to pull any tricks. Yeah, Janes has definitely driven away from these guys, and if we get another caution, he's going to catch a break and catch back up to the tail end of the field. But Austin Anderson trying to catch back up, and look out, Schwartz into Austin Anderson. They all save it. Remember last year we only had 11 cars finish this race. And all the leaders here are getting a little bit too close for comfort. So lapped cars, Stephen Dillon, he's kind of stacking them up a little bit. I don't think he's stacking them up too badly, but I think he's slowing them down. Nothing major, like I mentioned, but Jacob Cook stuck on the outside. The pole sitter cannot get anywhere right now. Is Andrew Waltrip leaning on Ziggy Bain. Bain had the start of the season for him was a struggle, but lately he's been able to come back to about 15th in the standings. So he can try to go for his first ever championship and be in contention for the third straight year. So I think he was going for it in season 2, if I'm remembering correctly. And then, bad news, Christian Janes, the driver on the tail end of the lead lap, now goes a lap down. And he had to give way. And look at this. Zach Buchanan, a driver that got wrecked under caution, was still able to maintain that position. He had the rights to that because he raced back to third, and he didn't pit. And apparently it paid off, because here he goes. Thinking about making it 3 wide. Oh, they're slowing. What happened? Oh, geez, Julie Stewart. The only driver that has been at the finish of every single race so far this year is done. Everybody else has had at least one DNF until this race. Now everybody will. What has happened to Julie Stewart? Here's what happened. Andrew Waltrip, Charles Jackson, teammates is running each other over here, and Phil Jones just gets into Andrew, but I think it was enough to spin him around again and slap that outside wall. Bounces into Stephen Dillon. Stephen goes into Julie, and this is where the big wreck happens. Stephen just kind of spun the whole time, but then Julie slams that outside wall, then gets T-boned, then gets clobbered again, then gets clobbered again. She got about 3 or 4 good, pretty hard hits. Courtney Simpson just snuck around her there. She was okay. That's going to help her in the standings, because for the first time in her career, she's going to go for the championship. Now what happened to Justin Perry? Tough break here for Justin Perry, just trying to sneak through all the smoke here. And he did a good job until right there, he slams into Julie Stewart. Alright, so after the third caution of the day here on lap 20, let's go back to the green flag. Here we go, we're going to go back green flag racing. Austin Anderson restarts on point, John Worry, Zach Buchanan, Michael Harvey, Alex Dawson, Danny Wells, Lewis Gordon, Phil Jones, Garrett Jones, and Andrew Schwartz, your top 10. One lap's car on the inside, that's Christian James. 24 cars left on the lead, lap 25 overall. Here we go. Austin Anderson in the 32 tied car is going to lead him back down. Here we go. We are green again. Austin Anderson with a great restart. I'm telling you, Christian James, he's going to fight for it. Here he goes. James on the inside, trying to take his lap back. And Christian James has his lap back, but Zach Buchanan trying to lap him again. Oh, James into the wall. Comes off. Christian James into turn 3. And look out, John Worry gets into him, into Garrett Jones, James through the grass. Looked a lot like Dale Earnhardt's pass in the grass, but he was able to save it just like what Dale Earnhardt did. Zach Buchanan side by side with Danny Wells into turn 3. Further back, almost pack racing here, but not quite as intense. Gino Harvey pushing Seth Cole, and then 2 teammates, Jack Richards and Sean Galligan, on the outside of them. And whoa, Charles Jackson just got turned hard into the inside wall, and he is done. That car is destroyed. Mitch Speed, I believe, got into him, and both those cars are demolished. Alright. Zach Buchanan won the race back to the line. Let's see what happened. Alright, here's what happened. Charles Jackson, sorry. Mitch Speed just drives off the corner so fast, hits him, and oh, wow, that was an incredible impact by Charles Jackson and Mitch Speed. Charles is the one with all the smoke coming out of the car, but I'm sure that Mitch Speed has just as much smoke coming from that helmet of the car and the car itself. So Charles Jackson has taken a huge hit to bring out the 4th caution of the day. Let's get back to the green. Alright, we're going to go back green with 9 laps to go. Alright, restarting on point, Zach Buchanan, then Alex Dawson, Danny Wells, Andrew Schwartz, John Worry, Garrett Jones, Michael Harvey, Ziggy Bain, Seth Cole, and Phil Jones. I just noticed that Garrett Jones running 6th right now. He came so close to winning it last year, but got turned to bring out the last caution of the day. Zach Buchanan leads, green flag waves. Does Christian James have a fast car? He seems to be a big factor in today's race because he has been lapped almost the whole time. Garrett Jones is going to try to get around him. I think he just put the bumper to him a little bit, letting him know he's not going to be patient with him. Down the backstretch and into turn 3, James drives it in for all it's worth. Battle for the lead. Alex Dawson, Zach Buchanan going for it, and Alex Dawson has it right now. Schwartz into 3rd place. He almost ran over Buchanan, but he's going to go for it. He was frustrated after a second place finish last week. He wanted more. This is the best opportunity to get it. John Worry and Alex Dawson, first and second. Schwartz trying to catch him in third. But Michael Harvey's going to disable him from doing that. And Seth Cole is going to get around him as well. Back of the pack is looking relatively clean, but right here we got 3 wide. 2 Dodges and a Chevy going for it. Seems like 3 wide's been able to work, unless you lean on each other too much, and then you're going to take a hard impact. And now Alex Dawson and John Worry battling. Worry's I don't know where I'm going with this. Has had a bad season so far as he's going around Alex Dawson for the lead. John Worry trying to get himself into the championship hunt with a win today. Christian James a lap down. He's trying to catch back up. But if a caution comes out, I don't think he'd be able to run these guys back down or really gain anything, because I think it'd end it. Yeah, caution right now would end the race, so even if you're James, it doesn't matter if you get a caution and you can get back on the lead lap. He's just going to try to race these guys clean, but they thought about going 3 wide there, but they ended up not going. They ended up not going for it there. Alright, John Worry. All he has to do now is hold off Austin Anderson and possibly Andrew Schwartz if he gets enough of a run. Schwartz is coming back. If James messes up Schwartz, I can bet that Schwartz will not be happy. And he's actually going to do that right there. Schwartz is getting pinned to the outside by the lapped car, Christian James. He's been the driver that has been able to either help out drivers or basically kill them in any shot at winning this race, and he just killed Schwartz. Now Schwartz, he's basically trying to hold these guys off and defend his 3rd place position. And it seems like he's able to hold them off right now, but Kyle Smith is coming. And I just noticed we're coming to 2 laps to go. And Austin Anderson is starting to reel in John Worry. He gained 800ths on him last time around. It may not sound like much, but in the long run, that could be a lot. Who was faster that time? I believe it was Austin Anderson by 1/1000th. That's not much at all. And now, look at who's caught them. Christian James. He's the one that basically took Schwartz out of his win, and now he's trying to pin Galligan down to try to break his momentum. Here we go. Taking the white flag this time. John Worry leads. Last lap for the rookie. John Worry, a driver that in his rookie season has had a struggle, trying just so desperately to hold off these 2 guys behind. James, it doesn't matter if he passes him, he's a lap down anyways. And now James is going to basically take Austin Anderson out of the shot at winning this. John Worry through turns 3 and 4. Austin Anderson mounting a charge, but it's too late. Worry wins it at Lowe's, sorry. John Worry wins the race, and Austin Anderson, I think he ran it out of gas. No, he's just on his cooldown lap already there. But, you know, it looked like he might have ran out of gas because pretty much the second cross. And whoa! Austin Anderson getting bounced around under caution. Or under the, after the checkered flag flies. Alright, there's Chris Summers. He ended up 22nd. There's John Worry. He has won the race today. Let's get to the results. It's been a struggle for the rookie, but after this race today, he has a win to his name in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. There's a look at your top 28, and that right there, 28th position, Julie Stewart, that is a notable, considering every single driver in the series, all 42, there was one driver coming into this race that had no DNFs this season yet, Julie Stewart. But after this race, every single person has now had at least 1 DNF. So there's your top 28 and your bottom 29 through 25. And actually, Carter Kozlowski said he was going to finish last. Joseph Bryan actually ended up last after hitting Zach Buchanan under caution. But either way, it's not a good day for the 2 Kozlowskis. They ended up 40th and 41st. Definitely not the point stays they needed there. Matthew McMurray ended up 26th. Dylan Young 35th. Pacioli 36th. Henley, he had a really strong start, but lately he has had a terrible season. 37th, that's pretty much going to hurt him pretty bad there in the championship. Courtney Simpson 19th. She is a notable considering she's a championship contender right now. Austin Anderson is a championship contender. He came in his race, I believe, third or second maybe in the points. Schwartz, where did he end up? Oh, he got taken all the way to 10th after Christian Janes messed him up. So Mitch Speed on down and retired from the race. John Worry is going to go to victory lane. Here's a celebration screen for the rookie.